Tonight, I cook a dead body, we see a flying man on fire, and I become a gambling addict. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In tonight's video, we will be getting the platinum for Bioshock Remastered. There are 54 trophies required for the platinum, and the majority of trophies are gotten by researching enemies, but also by hacking and upgrading all available weapons. There is also a well-known glitch you can do to make it possible to achieve the platinum in only one playthrough, which I'd done, obviously.
Ah, cheeky boy!
Because fuck playing this game on hard difficulty. But lastly, we also had to find every single audio diary in the game. And I'm sure if you have been watching the videos, you know I hate collectible trophies. But with all of that out of the way, let's begin. So our journey begins in the mid-Atlantic in the year of 1960. Here we are introduced to Jack, our main character, who is on a plane. And I think anyone who has played any game knows what's about to happen here.
2 seconds later.
So, obviously, the plane crashed, but luckily there is a massive lighthouse just chilling here in the middle of the sea, so that was incredibly fortunate. But as we enter the lighthouse, we see a very ominous-looking statue. With nowhere to go, we let curiosity take over and enter this ball and pull the lever to find out what's going on.
I want to go home. I want to go home!
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. Rapture. The artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
So hundreds of miles under the sea, with no idea who we really are and what this place is, we soon find out the Rapture isn't what it's made out to be.
Okay, we are cooked.
But soon a friendly voice tells us to kindly pick up the radio, so we do it. So this is Atlas, and he hopes he can help us out of this mess. And with his help, we are able to scare away this deranged woman. So maybe he isn't too bad. But deeper into the city, we soon discover something that will help us get out of here.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
So as we start to wake up, we have 2 half-dead looking fuckers try gutters for our Adam. But they are soon scared off by something far worse.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
So Atlas tells us, the first time you use a plasmid, it fucks with our genetic code. So that's why we passed out, but it does give us some unique powers. As we travel through Rapture, it's obvious that this city is starting to fall apart. Atlas does tell us that he needs to get his family out of the city, and he can only do it with our help. But those deranged people known as splicers have cut them off from each other, so he needs our help to reach them. Honestly, lads, this game has probably the best setting and vibe of any game I have played. It's crazy how you always feel on edge. But Atlas here keeps telling us more about Rapture, as we know nothing, and he says, plasmids changed everything. It made people's bodies, and their minds go crazy as they couldn't handle it. This then led to Rapture essentially collapsing. Here we get the first trophy of the video by killing enemies by shocking the water. I then decide to shock some more enemies in the water.
Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
As we explore the area, we see visions of the dead while this city was still functioning. So yeah, Rapture just got 10 times spookier. But as we move on, Atlas asks us to kindly lower our gun.
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute?
So that child was a little sister, sent to find Adam from dead people. And her guardian is called a Big Daddy. And there are tons of these things throughout Rapture. We get a trophy for hacking a vending machine. It's right here where the alarms start blaring. And Atlas tells us that Andrew Ryan, the founder of Rapture, is sending splicers to kill us, so we need to run. But just as we try leave, he manages to lock the doors and then introduces himself.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent to you? The KGB Wolf or the CIA Jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle. And with that, farewell, or Baslovania, Jerry.
Right, as the splicers are breaking the glass, Atlas manages to hack the door open, so we can escape before we are surrounded. Here we get a trophy for beating the Welcome to Rapture mission, another trophy for one successful hack, and yet another for hacking a security bot. As we try override the emergency access, the system shuts down and locks us out, so Atlas tells us again that if we want to override it, we have to get the key off Dr. Steinman. As we head towards the good doctor, we see a ghost begging him to fix their face. So yeah, this guy seems dodgy as fuck.
Surgeon! Dr. Hahn! I am a surgeon!
You keep an eye peeled for Steinman. The daft bastard set up shop in the surgery wing. You want to find him? Just follow the blood.
We get a trophy for hacking a security camera. While exploring, we are able to find the incinerate plasmid, and I'm sure you can work out what it does, but if you haven't, here is the example. We get another trophy for hacking a safe. Once again, our way is blocked, and we have some psycho throwing grenades at us. So Atlas asks us to kindly find the telekinesis plasmid, so we can use the grenades to destroy the blockage. So we use the incinerate plasmid to melt the ice, allowing us to search for the telekinesis plasmid. Luckily for us, we managed to find a shotgun to help. But unluckily for us, this was an ambush. So like a hellhound round on Black Ops zombies, I find a corner and let them come to me.
Oh, where are you going? I'm here now! Stop waiting!
And that's why the Americans used the trench gun in World War I, folks.
You're goddamn right.
We finally are able to find the telekinesis plasmid. I also managed to find the speedy hacker plasmid that should help us out.
I'm not the...
You can tell I shit myself here by the instant pause straight after, but after cleaning that up, we head back and use the telekinesis to clear the blockage, and also kill the twat. We finally are able to find Dr. Steinman.
What can I do with this one, Aphrodite? She won't stay still! I want to make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong! That was too fat! This was too tall! This was too symmetrical! And now, what's this guy? An intruder! He's ugly! 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 Ugly!
You know you're cooked, when even a madman is calling you ugly. So, I decide to light him on fire and follow this up by once again using the trusty shotgun to blow a hole in his chest. We get a trophy for killing Dr. Steinman. It's here where we come across another little sister.
Stay away from her, or it is you who will be shot next.
Easy now, Doctor. He's just looking for a wee bit of Adam. Just enough to get by.
I'll not have him hurt my little ones.
It's okay, lad. That's not a child. Not anymore, it ain't. Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte do not hurt her. Have you no heart?
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the ghoul who cooked up them creatures in the first place. Took fine little girls and turned them into that, didn't you? Listen to me, boyo. You won't survive without the Adam those things are carrying. Are you prepared to trade your life, the lives of my wife and child, for Tenenbaum's little Frankenstein?
Here! There is another way. Use this. Free them from their torment. I will make it to be worth your while. Somehow.
So because I'm not a complete animal, I decide to free the little sister. Atlas tells us that the woman we seen was Tenenbaum, and she was the person who discovered Adam, and also created the little sisters. We are now able to lift the lockdown and get one step closer to meeting with Atlas.
Now you had the pleasure of Andrew Ryan's company. He's the one who built this place, and he's the one who ran it into the ground. Nobody knows exactly what happened. Maybe he went mad. Maybe the power got to him. Maybe he just decided he didn't like people. Whichever way you slice it, good men died. My family's in a submarine hidden in the foundation of Fontaine Fisheries. I'll meet you there.
Here we get a trophy for purchasing another plasmid slot. We then meet with a friend of Atlas called Peach Wilkins, and he agrees to help us if we get him a camera, and also that we don't work with someone called Frank Fontaine, whoever that is. But like always, it doesn't take long before things go wrong.
What was that? My friend, you are fucked.
So by using our plasmids, guns, and with Peach's bots, we are able to kill the spider splicer before she flees.
Grown man jumping at ghosts. Fontaine's dead, and everybody knows it. In the ground for months, and half the place still jumping at his shadow. Christ, even Ryan. You never mind all that. We got work to do.
After a few minutes searching, we are soon able to find the camera. We get a trophy for researching a splicer. Just like a prime Peter Parker, we have to run around taking photos of the various splicers in the area. Once that's done, Peach will let us past.
Perfect.
Here we get a trophy for getting an A-rated photo, and another for fully researching a gun splicer. So once we return to Peach, he agrees to let us inside, but the catch is, we have to leave all of our weapons behind.
No, I don't think I will.
So to absolutely no one's surprise, Peach betrays us as soon as we are inside.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
So the madman seems to believe we are working for Fontaine, so he will turn us over to Ryan. But his plan backfires as we still have our trusty wrench. Oh, and the fact we can shoot fire from our hands.
I'm kind of retarded.
Here we get a trophy for beating Peach Wilkins, another one for upgrading a weapon. We are finally able to arrive at the same area as Atlas and his family, so we pull the lever to let him inside.
You blow a fuse up there! Can't see a damn thing in that booth! Give me a tick, and I'll get you out of there! Moira! Can you hear me in there, darling?
So dark in here. If only your friend could look up and see. Maybe. If only you could do something, anything. Except just stand here and watch him die.
Hello there.
As always, Andrew Ryan spoils the plan, so I have to fight my way to the exit.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
After losing both his wife and son, Atlas tells us to head to Arcadia, so with his family dead, and us both split up again, Atlas only wants one thing: Andrew Ryan dead.
He's here.
I hate him.
There he is. He's right here. He's right here. Look.
You have a lot of nerve to show your face
Oh,
around
yeah,
here.
you got, you know.
Son of a bitch.
You are a real beak breaker.
Here we get a trophy for inventing one of every item. So as soon as we arrive in Arcadia, Andrew Ryan poisons the trees here. And for anyone wondering why this is bad, no trees equals no oxygen. Here we talk with Julie Langford, the woman who runs this part of Rapture. She says that we need to find a certain rose for her, and she can use it to create a cure for the poison. While we make our way to where we find the rose, I decide to clean up the streets of Rapture one splicer at a time. But we finally are able to grab a rose. Once we give Julie the rose, she allows us to enter her lab. Just as we come face to face with her, Andrew Ryan intervenes.
Julie, we made a business deal, you and I, did we not? Money changed hands. Let me read to you from the agreement.
Wait, no, please.
Out it. Back in the swamp.
Mr. Ryan!
As she chokes to death, she manages to write the 4-digit code to her safe on the glass. Inside the safe, we find audio diary of Julie. Here she explains everything else needed to make the cure, so looks like we are doing this on our own. So I head out to find the resources needed to save Arcadia. Here we get a trophy for fully upgrading a weapon. We do manage to find some of the chlorophyll on the splicers' bodies, so we head to the farmer's market to find the other ingredients needed. As always in Rapture, we are given a warm welcome by the turrets, bots, and fucking insane splicers who want to kill us for the fun of it. But we get a trophy for fully researching a thug splicer. Unluckily for us, we encounter quite an angry Big Daddy, but with a lot of machine gun fire, we are able to kill it. Once this is done, we can save the little sister and also earn ourselves some Adam. So to find the enzyme needed, we need to head to where they keep the bees, and I start laughing as this twat gets killed by them.
2 seconds later.
Just for the bees to then target me right after.
Singing's the only thing they know. It's their way.
Here we get a trophy for maxing out every slot in one plasmid category. We then run around searching for whatever enzyme we can, while also killing any splicers dumb enough to try fight us. We get another trophy for completing 50 hacks. Last and definitely least, we have to find 7 bottles of distilled water. Obviously, this is made slightly difficult as everyone in Rapture only drinks blood or vodka. And also, the fact that the world's supply of splicers want to kill us, but eventually we find the water we need. We get a trophy for fully researching a Houdini splicer. Once back at Julie's lab, we are able to enter the cure into a machine that will spread the cure throughout Arcadia. Only problem is it takes forever to finish. Atlas warns us that Andrew Ryan has sent tons of splicers after us, so we need to not let them pass and get to the machine. So we shut all lab doors to slow them down, and here I landmine the entire area to give us extra protection.
Shall not pass!
Turns out that extra protection worked as the mines wiped out a full squad of splicers. I finally use my brain for once and use a plasmid to make the Big Daddy fight for us. Well, when I say fight, he just stands there and absorbs bullets. Funny, when I look in their general direction, they go fucking crazy. But when he's fighting for me, he can't be asked.
You're a fucking disappointment.
But as me and our new friend are fighting, the mind control wears off, and we have to kill our new friend. After that heartbreak, the cure finally gets released, and we can see it take effect right away. Here we get a trophy for curing Arcadia, so now we must head to Fort Frolic to find Ryan. As we arrive in Fort Frolic, Atlas says that we simply just travel through here to get to Andrew Ryan, but he also warns us of the person who lives here, and says he is bat-shit crazy. And it doesn't take long before we meet the man himself.
That's better. Atlas Ryan. Atlas Ryan. Da 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 da. Time was, you could get something decent on the radio. The artist has a duty to seduce the ear and delight the spirit. So say goodbye to those two blowhards, and hello to an evening with Sander Cohen.
So Mr. Cohen here immediately tests me by sending some splicers our way, but the fire slugs sort that out pretty easily.
Welcome to Fort Frolic.
So we then need to head inside the theatre where he stays to get audience with this nut job. Once inside, we see how fucked up he really is.
Da 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 da! Presto, presto! No, no!
I'm trying.
Once
Please.
again, young Fitzpatrick.
Oh, Cohen, you sick fuck, let me out of there!
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
So he makes us take a photo of the dead body as he wants to create a masterpiece. Here we add the photo to his masterpiece. But anyone with a keen eye can see another 3 spots. So he wants us to kill 3 of his old friends. We get a trophy for 2 fully upgraded weapons. I take it the guy we are trying to find has to be Mr. Freeze or something. But as anyone could predict, as soon as we get close to him, we get frozen into a popsicle. But once we break out, we photograph his dead body. Here we get a trophy for fully researching a spider splicer. Another one for researching each enemy type. So here, I have to get addicted to gambling to earn another trophy. As we need to win the jackpot. And yes, this did take me 15 minutes.
We're gonna win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
1 eternity later.
Finally, we got the trophy for hitting the jackpot. Luckily, I found yet another weapon upgrade station. For the second time this video, I had to pause to see if I shit myself, but we eventually find another one of our targets, and after another quick fight, we get another photo. Followed up by the last photo, we need to finish the masterpiece, but as we return to place the photos, Cohen's mind finally snaps, and he sends his splicers after us. Finally, the old fuck decides to relax, and once he does, we can place the last photo. Here we get a trophy for finishing Cohen's masterpiece.
Let me see it.
So as much as I want to kill this freak, we can't yet. But Atlas finally gets back in radio contact, and Cohen allows us to head deeper into Rapture. So we enter the pod and head to Hephaestus, so we can enter Ryan's office. Once we arrive at Hephaestus, Atlas says that we are so close to his offices now, but the deeper we head inside, Ryan tries harder and harder to put us off.
The worm looks up and sees the face of God. But look around. It's a regular convention of worms in here. They all had mothers, fathers, people who loved them. They got married, fucked their wives. What makes you think you're any different? I haven't chosen the spot for you on the wall yet. Let me know if you have a preference.
So more of the angry splicers attack us, but the old trusty combo of light them on fire and then shoot them with a shotgun is pretty reliable. It hasn't failed me yet. We get yet another trophy for fully researching a Big Daddy. I then kill the Big Daddy and decide to free yet another little sister. Here we get a trophy for inventing all ammo types. Once again, while we are looting, the lights go off. And yes, I'd be terrified if I couldn't shoot fire from my hand, but I can. So these guys are cooked, literally.
Find
But Ryan then changes his strategy and begins questioning who we are.
A man builds a city at the bottom of the sea. That's a marvel. Another man happens to be on a plane that crash lands on the same city in the middle of the ocean. Why, that sounds more like a miracle.
We get a trophy for 3 fully upgraded weapons. Eventually, we come across an old EMP bomb, and Atlas says if we finish it and place it in the core, we can shut down Ryan's security and enter his office to kill him. So we start looking for the parts needed. After a very short search, we were able to finish the bomb and tuck it into our pocket for later use. It's here where we start to figure out Andrew Ryan knows more about us than we do.
So far away from your family, from your friends, from everything you ever loved. But for some reason, you like it here. You feel something you can't quite put your finger on. Think about it for a second. Maybe the word will come to you. Nostalgia.
Once at the core, we place the EMP and let the bomb do the rest of the work. As we return to his office entrance, we see he has tons of security bots and splicers waiting for us. But we haven't come this far to be stopped by a few enemies. After pulling a lever, we are able to override his security and enter his office. Strangely, once again, Andrew Ryan speaks to us with a familiarity that I wasn't expecting from our main enemy.
Now that I see you flesh to flesh and blood to blood, I know I cannot raise my hand against you. But know this, you are my greatest disappointment.
As he keeps talking, he finally snaps and decides to activate the self-destruct that will kill us. So Atlas says, would we kindly kill him? As we sneak in through the vents, we see an all-too-familiar phrase and audio diaries of a Dr. Suchong using the phrase on a young boy to make him snap a puppy's neck.
Fucking shit.
But the truth is only revealed when we come face to face with Andrew Ryan.
The assassin has overcome my final defense, and now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have memories. A farm, a family, an airplane, a crash, and then this place. Was there really a family? Did that airplane crash, or was it hijacked? Forced down by something less than a man, something bred to sleepwalk through life until they are activated by a simple phrase spoken by their kindly master. Was a man sent to kill, or a slave? A man chooses. A slave obeys. Stop, would you kindly? Would you kindly? Powerful phrase. Familiar phrase.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
So Atlas has been using the phrase, would you kindly, to control us the entire time. Let's just say I'm not too fond of being forced what to do.
Sit. Would you kindly? Stand. Would you kindly? Run! Stop! Turn. A man chooses. A slave obeys.
choices! I slay! Obeys! Obey!
Here we get a trophy for killing Andrew Ryan. We managed to make it inside Ryan's office and use the key to stop the self-destruct sequence. Just as I thought, we were done with the twists and turns. Atlas reveals one more thing.
There ain't no Atlas, kid. Never was. The name's Frank Fontaine.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
So Fontaine wants us dead, so he can run Rapture on his own. But we managed to slip away into the vents with the help of the Little Sisters. So for anyone still confused, Jack, our main character, is the son on Andrew Ryan, and this is why he is able to bypass a lot of security, because he has Andrew Ryan's DNA. But Jack is also a sleeper agent created by Dr. Suchong and Frank Fontaine, so that if they ever needed to take down Andrew Ryan, they could by using Jack. Obviously, the phrase to activate Jack is, "Would you kindly..." So Fontaine has been playing us from the start. Luckily, we wake up in safe hands, as Tenenbaum sent our the Little Sisters to help us. It's here, where she says she also had a part to play in programming Jack, and that we need to find a cure to stop Fontaine from mind-controlling us. Although she has stopped him from using the "would you kindly" phrase on us. To be expected, Fontaine starts talking to us, and tries to use whatever he can to kill us.
Go get stepped on by a big daddy. Would you kindly?
No. No, I don't think I will.
When "would you kindly" no longer works, he tries something else. A phrase, to stop our heart from beating blood. So we are in a rush to find this cure. We get a trophy for buying all plasmid slots, another one for upgrading 4 weapons. As we search for Suchong's apartment to find the cure, we come across Sander Cohen's place, and it's time for some revenge. After killing his friends, he plans on killing us himself.
2 seconds later.
Here we get a trophy for entering Sander Cohen's room, another one for taking a photo of his body. Finally, we manage to find Suchong's apartment. Once inside, we listen to an audio diary that explains how to cure ourselves of his mind control. Here we get a trophy for fully researching a nitro splicer, another one for fully researching a Rosie. Here we have to take the elevator to Olympus Heights to find the cure. Once inside the apartments, we are able to find the first part of the cure, so we head back out to Suchong's lab to find the second part. Here we get a trophy for fully researching a Little Sister, another one for fully researching everything. So instead of Andrew Ryan sending splicers after us, Fontaine now decides he will do it, but we are slightly overpowered at this stage and make short work of them all. But inside the labs, we finally find the second part of the cure and are now freed from Fontaine's mind control. This gets us a trophy for breaking his mind control, another trophy for hacking a turret, and another for upgrading 5 weapons, yet another trophy for finding 50 tonics. But we soon catch up with Fontaine, and we begin to chase after him. So he decides to send security bots after us to try and slow us down. Once we catch up, however, he nearly crushes us, and then destroys the panel closing the door behind him.
I'm gonna kill myself!
So Tenenbaum finally becomes useful for once, and says we can pretend to be a big daddy, and this will make the Little Sisters open the way for us. So we hunt down the pheromone to smell like a big daddy. Here we get a trophy for upgrading all weapons. We then find the machine to change our voice box to sound like a big daddy, even though Jack doesn't speak, but whatever. Here we get another trophy for inventing 100 items, another trophy for dealing with every Little Sister, and another for finding all audio diaries. You know what this means: no more collectibles for the rest of the game. But we soon find the Big Daddy helmet, and also the suit they wear, so we are ready to go. We get another trophy for becoming a Big Daddy, so we then have to beat the fuck out of this with a wrench to summon one of the Little Sisters so she can open the door. Finally, the door opens, and we can head after Fontaine. Okay, so some voodoo shit is going on, as that Little Sister had blonde hair and now it's brown. I can buy the mind control. Even a city underwater, but a child changing hair colour is the last fucking straw.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
But even though I'm not really a Big Daddy, I somehow get stuck doing the job of one and having to protect the Little Sisters. But I plan on getting Employee of the Month. So here we go. So as wave after wave of splicers attack, I turn into Yoda and just start launching these twats about for fun.
Not if anything to say about it. I have.
After all that fun, we arrive outside where Fontaine is. Here, the little sister gives me her needle, as we need to drain Fontaine of his Adam to weaken and then kill him.
Let's fucking go.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole, but you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
As we finally come face to face with Fontaine, we are able to drain him. Drain him of his Adam, I meant. So after taking more juice than a bodybuilder, Fontaine is using all sorts of different plasmids to try and kill us, but I simply reply with 50 rounds of anti-personal ammo. So we then get up and drain him for a second time. After this, I decide to use Rapture's entire supply of heat-seeking rockets to destroy his health bar, and we finally drain him of his Adam for the last time.
I had you built! I sent you topside! I called you back, showed you what you was capable of! Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head! Now if you don't call that family, I don't know what is! And now...
Get ready for a fuck ton of trophies, lads. Firstly, we get a trophy for defeating Atlas, a second one for beating the game on hard difficulty, another trophy for saving all little sisters, a trophy for beating the game on survivor difficulty, another one for beating the game on hard without using respawns, and a trophy for beating the game on survivor without using respawns. Finally, this unlocks us the platinum trophy.
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
So everyone that was the Bioshock Platinum Trophy, and honestly, what a blast this was. Seriously, the twists and turns, the story and setting this game truly is one of the greats. Also, as a Platinum, it is pretty straightforward. Just take a lot of photos and find a lot of collectibles. Obviously, the next video will be Bioshock 2, as we have to see how Rapture changes in the next installment. But as always, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. And hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.